This is a public service announcement.
Welcome to the current podcast.
Hello. Hola.
I'm reading. I'm not paying attention.
Instead, relax and enjoy the experience of what we call life. Now it's important
Everybody's
that in
relaxed
these
today, it
times,
seems like.
I'm really
we come
tired.
together instead of divide. We stand tall and we
Wake up and
shine. Because time is all
We're
we
going to chew the
have, you
government
see.
apart for a minute.
So let's use it wisely.
Yes, you will wake up in a
One
second.
another. Speak kindly. Blessings and love.
Welcome. What is today, a Thursday?
I have no clue.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
Doesn't make any difference.
Nope.
No.
Really doesn't.
Every day is the same. Honestly, for me, every day is the same.
For me too.
Everybody's the same day? Every day is the same day? Really?
Every day is the same, man.
Well,
What's the
no,
difference?
that's true. Well, the sun shines or it doesn't shine.
Oh, in that sense, yeah.
It's great.
I'm talking about my responsibilities, my to-do list.
To-do list?
There's always a to-do list, a running to-do list.
I'd rather have a to-don't list.
Then you don't get very far in life with a to-don't list, though.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes you get further in life by not doing some dumb shit.
That's true. That's
Well, it works for the officials. Look
Yeah, well, yeah.
in Minnesota, what's going on.
They got
To
own
don't list, it gets them billions of dollars.
to don't stop payments.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
To don't prosecute people.
Yeah.
To don't care about where money goes and when it's leaving your country.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Anyways, what are we talking about today?
I
Let's
don't
wake
know.
up. I need to wake up.
You need to wake up. Everybody
Too.
sleep. We're talking about the drug facts. So this is a thing that we're going to kind of tear apart today and just see how factual our government really is. So the Department of Justice, Drug Enforcement and Administration has put out a sheet of facts, I guess.
They have it for all.
Read or
They have it for
Shit. A sheet of facts.
Which one is?
Yeah, they do it on all drugs, but this one's specifically marijuana.
This is the only one that I looked at. I didn't look at the other ones.
You didn't look at
They,
you
I'm
No.
sure, yeah,
you don't
they
do the
have-
other drugs, do you?
I don't do the other drug. And I honestly came across this. I don't even know what I was researching, but I was researching something and came across this. And it's just, it's kind of sad and comical and frustrating and all of the above. Do not spill.
What's so sad and comical and frustrating?
Well, so many people just trust the government blindly. So it's a really good place for the government to give
Bad information? Wrong?
They get
to give
advantage
good
of-
information. I feel like
Take
it's a good
advantage of good people.
but I feel like it's a good place. They could give good information and help people. And
So do you think they're trying to set policy or something?
I think they're trying to set fear. That's what some of
Sure,
it.
yeah.
Some of it feels like fear and not educating in half truths and untruths, and we should just go through it.
So let's go through it and set it
You
straight.
should just go through
Okay,
it.
we'll go through it.
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Go for it.
So this thing says marijuana, cannabis. Those are the kind of two known names that we kind of call it. So what is marijuana? Marijuana is a mind-altering psychoactive drug produced by cannabis sativa plant. Marijuana has over 480 constituents. THC, actually it's cannabinoids probably. THC, delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, is believed to be the main ingredient that produces psychoactive effect. So, being the nurse, does that sound correct? That sounds pretty correct.
That's correct. That's correct.
All
We're doing
right.
good so far.
Congratulations,
We're doing good so
Department of
far.
Justice. You got one thing correct so far. Marijuana. Let's see. Cannabis sativa plant. So all marijuana is sativa? Or is some marijuana
That's
indica?
always been question for me because all the research I do refers to sativa.
Cannabis sativa.
Yeah.
Is that like the genus species name? Maybe I don't know. I didn't look into that. I looked into some more like different things, and I'm just like, come on now.
All right.
So we'll move on then. So who's next reading?
So it says,
Because
what is
they
the
got that.
origin
Right.
of
So you
it?
don't have to pick that one apart. We're pretty good.
Well, I like all the names they gave it. I haven't heard of a lot of these names. Have y'all heard of these names?
No.
They're kind of fun. I mean, I've heard a lot of some of them, but not all of them. Aunt Mary, I've never heard.
Aunt Mary?
BC Bud.
Mary. Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, yeah, that's on the list though. But Aunt Mary, I've not ever heard. BC Bud, I've not ever heard. I've heard BC Bud, but BC Bud, what's
What
that?
BC stands for?
I don't know.
Bull
Um,
crap.
They say another common street name is blunts. Okay, come on, guys. Blunts are blunts. It's not weed. It's different things. Another common street name, boom. I've not ever heard that.
Boom.
Chronic, dope.
Well, Dr. Dre set that one up with Snoop Dogg back in the day, the Chronic. So
Oh yeah. Dope, gangster. I've not ever heard it called gangster.
Gangster.
Maybe these are regional.
regional or ethnic,
Yeah.
depending on who you are.
Ganja grass, hash, herb,
Hydro.
moda. What's
I
moda?
never heard hydro either.
You never heard hydro? That's the way it's grown.
Well, yeah.
I've never heard it.
Hydro.
Yeah, I've never heard it called. I've never heard weed called that. I mean, I guess like to describe it. What kind you got? I got hydro.
Hydro.
But it's not like what you're calling the actual
Right.
weed.
Plant.
Yeah.
But again, we're the older generation smoking weed, so maybe these young kids do it different.
Well, I don't know.
I haven't heard the kids call it broccoli, trees.
Grass.
That makes sense.
Those aren't on the.
No, no.
So they don't have all of those correct, which whatever, that doesn't really matter. I also liked how they said marijuana is a dry, shredded green-brown mix of flowers, stems, seeds, and leaves. Guys, if you're smoking stems, seeds, and leaves,
Please don't do that.
You're smoking it in the wrong way.
just don't.
The stems and the seeds and leaves are for other uses, like
Right. Well, they're
paper or
right.
regrowing the plant.
The leaves you can use for medicinal purposes. I use the leaves a lot. Yeah, I extract in an oil set and to use it to make salves. So
It's very low dose CBD or
very low dose. Yeah, it's
Or
more
whatever.
topical type
Right.
topical dose.
applications, but do not smoke. So
Yeah.
first of all, if you have a seed in anything, it's going to pop. That's
I-
not fun.
I'm curious about this one. So it says the origin of marijuana. It's grown in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Caribbean, Africa, and Asia.
Wait, isn't it everywhere?
I thought it was everywhere. I
It's
mean,
plant.
we went to
You can
Spain.
grow
It's
it
in
anywhere.
Spain and Amsterdam.
Amsterdam's not on that
Amsterdam is
list.
not
So
on that list. Yeah, I
Europe
know
is
they
not
grew
on
it
the
there.
list.
Yeah. So and we were told that Crete is probably one of the most underground weed populations on the planet. Like
Oh, really?
half the island of Crete moves and sells weed, although it's illegal.
I mean, they're not on the list, so I don't know that I believe it.
Yeah.
The
What
U.S.
about
government says.
what about
Right.
Afghani hash? I mean, that's Afghanistan or Morocco.
Well,
I
they
mean,
do.
there's-
They do speak to hash in a little bit. They do speak to it, and they do say it comes from.
Afghanistan.
Yeah, but there's no Afghanistan on here. It's South America, Caribbean, Africa.
Right. There's no Europe at all on here.
Well, a little
It's-
bit Africa, but Africa, Afghanistan's the Middle East.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
that's another.
So you need to get your facts straight where marijuana comes from, and I'm sure it was probably in the cradle of life, which is the Middle East, a long time before.
Oh yeah, I was in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. That is what. That's the second paragraph. So
Second paragraph,
So when
origin
you
story, they got
see
the origin.
that in the second paragraph of incorrect information, I automatically think I don't.
Entire thing
Right,
is
I
in
don't
Yeah, what else you got wrong?
Right. Like, and this is like I said, it's a good place for them to actually be able to educate the public.
Well, this is
yeah.
the Department of Justice Drug Enforcement Administration's drug fact sheet, and it looks like some AI or teenager wrote it for a for an English class.
Yeah.
I mean,
There are
there's
some facts in it, but there are so much
Well, there
misinformation.
is so much. Like if you
and
go,
where did you get the facts from? Like, do you have any sources? Can you source your
Yeah, where is
information at
it?
all? I mean,
That's
is it sourced on the bottom? I don't have the bottom.
no, it's not sourced. It's sourced by the government. It gets smart about drugs. If
Well, that's the
your-
website this was at. Get smart about
yeah,
drugs.
well, I mean,
.gov.
if that's the source, you're just telling me you guys know everything about it. We should trust you.
I know. So let's move on because
Yeah,
there's so
moving
many
on.
more fun things to discuss.
Let's
that
see
they
what the
have
rest of this
wrong.
thing has to say.
I was going to jump over to the effect of marijuana and how it talks about. It's still on that first page. It talks about long-term regular use can lead to physical dependence and withdrawal following discontinuation, as well as psychological addiction or dependence. And here's my question. First of all, that is incorrect. It cannot cause physical dependence or withdrawal symptoms, physical withdrawal symptoms. Can it cause psychological addiction or psychological dependence? Absolutely. And this is where I feel like they're just trying to put fear in you about the
Right.
psychological dependence and not even like have a real discussion about what the actual problems could be, what
Right.
the concerns could be, and how to
Right.
actually deal with that instead of just. It's kind of like when you were a kid growing up and some parents say, a hard line no to alcohol. Just no. Don't ask
Yep.
me why, just no. But then other parents like have a discussion and say, because this and because of that, and like educate you as
Right.
to why and
Right.
what could happen.
Right.
Then you're making an informed decision. And this doesn't feel like they're allowing the public to make informed decisions. They're just like, we're going to give you wrong,
Right.
biased information.
Yeah. They want us to believe what they want us to believe. So
Yeah, and the information is so just kind of like, like it belongs in a high school classroom,
and
you
you're
know,
so
rather
right,
than
Jessie.
something of
They are using
educational
so much
value.
like fear in there
Mhm.
to make people scared to not even go close to it.
Yeah, when it could be used as a time to educate. I mean,
Right.
yes, there is
Science-based education.
right. There is the fear of a psychological type addiction, use dependency, when you're not using intentionally, when you're not
Right.
aware. And if we can teach that use, if we can teach safe use, not everyone should be using it. Like,
Right.
just teach real life, not just fear for everyone.
I wonder if
Yeah.
they could hire like Snoop and Willie to like read some of this stuff, and do a public service announcement. Because
But here's the thing:
how
some
they
of
use
this is
marijuana is usually
inaccurate.
smoked as a cigarette called a joint. Imagine Snoop or Willie here.
As
Man,
a
you just
cigarette.
roll this thing up. You have a guy over here rolls it down.
I like how it says it's brewed as tea. Have you ever brewed marijuana as tea?
Yes.
You have?
Well,
You've
not really.
dropped a
CBD, we have tea, like we have CBD tea, we sell it here.
really,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got
which is not
Which is
ever
the
heard of
same
people
thing, you
using
can
as
do it
tea.
with marijuana too.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
I guess it's just
Well, you
not as
just-
common.
no, it's not. People don't know about it at all.
Yeah.
What they would do is just take the dry herb, the flower, before you grind it up and smoke it, and just put it in a
Tea thing.
yeah, and brew it into your tea. So you're going to get the terpenes that are in the plant, obviously, whatever that tastes like, and whatever tea you mix it with. But because you're kind of extracting the oil from it a little bit with the hot tea, and activating probably the THCA in it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same as the. Well, do you think you activate the THCA in it?
Well, I'm sure, yeah.
I
because
guess it
it's-
depends
the
on
temp-
how much THCA you have in it.
Well, and if you do it at the right temperature,
Yeah.
like
I have
if
done it myself. Like,
Well, you put the
straight wax,
right. You put
but
the wax.
it's still it's extract of what we are talking about
It's just
in my
extract.
tea, and it affects amazingly.
Dustin can speak to the wax now.
I know, Dustin. What's your experience?
Dustin had a little dab action in it back here.
Put me on another planet.
That was the purpose. That was the
Did you
point.
see Jesus?
No, I was looking for him though.
He was.
He was floating around going, "Hey, help me, Jesus, where you at?"
But that's a good. Speaking of, because one of the things on this fact sheet talks about how hallucinations is.
That's right. I saw that.
I don't.
Delusion.
I don't think
delusion,
I've
what
ever
was that?
hallucinated on
Neither have
I
I.
think for sure because you start getting paranoid sometimes with the wrong dose or the wrong strain. But hallucinations, I've never known anyone to actually hallucinate on weed. Have you?
No.
No.
No, and all the weed I've ever smoked never had any hallucinations whatsoever. No.
Like I've hallucinated on weed when I ate mushrooms at the same time.
Yeah, because mushrooms are psychedelic like that, and they kind of make you do that. The only time I ever sort of, quote, hallucinated on any sort of, I guess it was a cannabis. It wasn't even a cannabis product. It was that crap that we got from that Muhammad guy. It was in a little cartridge, and you're like, hit this. It's like
That could
weed.
have been fake.
I have no idea whatever it was, but
Oh,
I
I'm
felt
sure
like I
it
was.
was like, yeah.
So you did hallucinate because you had some crazy shit in there.
There was probably some other chemicals that, like, I was seriously thought I was gonna die, kind of a deal. It was like things were skipping. My brain was doing weird stuff. It was not right.
And that's why you got to know.
And that was one hit of this. Like, she got it from this guy, and she's like, "Yeah, it's like weed. It's like marijuana." I'm like, "Okay, I'll give it a hit." And give one hit, and I was
That's so
for
dangerous.
for the rest of the night and halfway into the next day.
Yeah,
It
he
was-
was like, I'm dying.
That's dangerous.
Literally felt like I was dying.
And that's why weed gets a bad name because kids get a hold of that shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's the garbage. It wasn't right. It was
Yeah.
wrong stuff.
Yeah.
The DEA should go after those.
See,
kind
they're
of guys.
gonna do the
Right.
same the same thing again if they ban THCA flower and smokables, what's
Just
going to happen?
putting it right
People are
back
going
in
to
the
go
stream.
right back to what it was.
Yeah, I don't understand how that is not taken off the shelves the same way the THCA. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, all that stuff is supposed to be taken off the shelf, but whether or not they're going to go around and, actually get it, probably not be able to get it. I mean, there's just too much, shops out there, too many people trying to sell it, and too many people and, doing it on the side. Like, we walked into a place the other night. It was a grocery store in a ethnic part of town. Walked in the grocery store, and up on the shelf, they had the 708 stuff. And we've got total
don't know what
ban.
that is.
708 is that gas station heroin stuff that they.
The kratom pills.
It's kratom tabs, but it's not kratom. It's a synthesized kratom.
Yeah.
That's basically like gas station heroin, and it's gotten people like seriously addicted. And we had some folks come in and tell us there are problems with it. It takes like 3 weeks to come off of it. The withdrawals are insane, but they had a whole shelf of it. And whether that stuff's illegal. Oh, really? That's illegal? They didn't even know. Like half of the people out there selling this stuff don't even know. They just get it from whatever suppliers, and suppliers don't care. That's the garbage.
terrifying.
How are they supposed
That's
to know?
terrible.
How are they supposed to know?
Well,
Are
the
we
suppliers
getting
should
the
know.
leather? Are
The
we-
suppliers should know.
Nobody's selling anything.
But I mean, come on. Anytime you know you're selling a product that is a heroin type product, you know you need to check the fucking laws.
We'll see a
That's
lot of-
right, but you don't know you are selling the heroin.
So you
like they
think
don't
those
know.
people don't even know what that product is
No,
that they're buying
probably
and selling?
not.
Some at the grocery store level or
Probably
C-store
not.
level, they don't really know. The only thing that they know is
Shit,
this.
then
Is
they
some,
need to get buyers that are checking their inventory.
well, it's distribution right now, and it's like a lot of those guys are like, the cigarettes or alcohol or whatever distributors. There's some of them are foreign. They get a lot of stuff from out of country, and they have warehouses of it, and they want to move the product.
But aren't there regulations on the distributors like bringing it in? Like,
Should be. I'm sure there are, but they don't care. I mean, they're not being regulated at any port or whatever, or if they are being regulated at a port,
I feel like
it's not.
that shit is regulated.
Well, if it's regulated, is you're regulated at the port, and you're watching a whole bunch of 708 stuff come in.
But
How is it
regardless
getting
of 708, though, I'm talking about like our kind of
Yeah.
business, like our kind of products.
Mhm.
Like government all of a sudden, they sleep at night, they wake up in the morning, they decide that they're going to ban THCA,
Yeah,
for example.
or ban whatever.
Are they sending us letter or whatever?
No.
You can't do HHC anymore. We've been facing this for so many times.
They don't send you a letter. You just have to
No,
follow the law.
nobody. Who's informing us?
Well, there's
But
there's no information in the law. They say it's up to us to.
It is up to you.
Well,
And also, you can't claim ignorance. Like, so you can't say you didn't know the law and then you don't get in trouble.
Well, part of knowing the
But
law
we
is
are not-
having
we are not
representatives that actually,
attorneys.
that share the law that they're making with you. And then on top of that, if you're making a law, then it has to be an agreement between the people and the people making the law. You don't just get to arbitrarily make up a whole
Yeah,
bunch
well,
of
that's
damn-
that's a whole nother subject because that's not the way our country works. Right?
No. So let's
Let's go back to the DEA's government drug.
What you have in there,
use.
Jessie?
Well, some of the things that I was looking at is what is the effect on the body, and it talks about the DEA goes into talk. It says extended use may cause suppression of the immune system. Withdrawal from chronic use of high doses causes physical signs, including headaches, shakiness, sweating, and stomach pains and nausea. And I have not seen that in anyone in my 30
I have
years
not
of
heard
being
or
around
seen.
it.
It's
Um,
saying if when you're quitting, that will happen. to
Right.
you,
But
I
but
have not seen that.
what I wanted to say about
I-
it saying it suppresses your immune system is from the research that I dug deeper into that and from what I'm finding, there's a lot of conflicting information. Definitely if you look at the dates of the studies, it's interesting. The older studies tend to say yes, it does suppress the immune system. The newer studies say it does in this area, but in this area it actually helps. So I think
Right.
there needs to be more research.
There does need to be more research, but it needs to be the right research.
Right.
And then, like for these guys, they need to like state what their research is and why they're making these stated facts and claims.
Well, right. Like I
because they're
said, I
making
dug
these sta-
deeper and
Yeah.
can find, both sides to that argument. So just more, I think, again, more research needs to be done and accurate education. Like it needs to be stated in here. Research is this is all new to us.
Right.
We need to continue to do more research. This one studies show this, some studies show this.
So there should be two levels of research, in my opinion. Then the two levels of research are controlled, studied research, maybe in like medical offices, colleges, things of that nature, labs.
Labs.
Yes. However, but in my research, and I'm sure in your research, you've had 30-something years of smoking weed, and you say, out of none of the people that have ever smoked weed around me, nobody's come to me and said any of these kind of things. Well, then what is the detail of your research? Because your research and 37 years of doing this, or my research and however many years I've been doing this and wherever I've done it, there is data that is real in that is fact. And it's not just a study that's in a controlled environment in a college or at a doctor's office that is the end-all be-all to the pattern. You have to have both. If you don't have both, then what is your research or your experience or my experience worth? And in this conversation, we're sitting here reading this piece of paper from the Department of Justice Drug Enforcement Administration, some people who think that they have a whole bunch of authority. And the amount of fact that's on this paper is about a third based on my experience.
Well, I'll say this about your experience and my experience and anybody's experience. There's so many different factors in our
Sure.
experiences. So it's hard to say, yes, that's because of marijuana. No, that's not because of marijuana, because there's so many other things to factor in. That's why a controlled study is good, because you can take all of those other variables and make the playing field level, and then say, yes, for certain it is because of marijuana. No, for certain it is not. Like whatever those questions are, you can answer it that way
can control them
definitively.
Yeah, you can control them, but I think the other side of it needs to be there as well as data in that set. Otherwise, you're not making a good understanding of everything. If you just go with the controlled, okay, so you control it and you control it. Well, then at that controlled environment, that's great, but that controlled environment doesn't exist in real life.
Well, absolutely, but
So you have to have real life and controlled.
for sure, but you're using that controlled environment to make sure that it's the marijuana that you're talking to. Like if I'm also taking magnesium, let's say, and you're not, and we're both having the same pain, and I'm experiencing less pain, and we're both using marijuana. Well, who's to say it's the magnesium that's not affecting? You know, like that's where I'm saying there's so many different things that you can't
Variables,
control.
absolutely.
So many different in our real world experience. But going back to you saying anyone have these withdrawal type symptoms, the only things that I've heard in my 30-some years as both a marijuana consumer in the industry and as an RN, which I have not ever experienced this. I've always been a great sleeper, but some people say they have hard time sleeping when they stop using it first. And then the other thing I hear a lot of is their dreams become very vivid when they quit smoking or using cannabis anyway. But I have not heard of, the shakes, like you don't get physical symptoms like that from it. So, but have y'all heard of other people or anything that y'all have personally experienced? I've never personally experienced anything when I've stopped smoking.
Not physically at all.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, whenever I've stopped any of this kind of stuff, what I actually feel is the junk that I don't want to feel come back. Whatever it's the pain, the inflammation, the PTSD, the stress, the blah, 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 the lack of sleep, all of those things come back. It's not a sense of withdrawal like I'm having that, like I've seen people who have come off of opioids and I'm come off of,
Well, not even just opioids, like some antidepressants. If you
Or even
just stop
cigarettes.
taking, you will have physical symptoms. Or caffeine. You get headaches
Sugar.
when you stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I stop eating sugar, the headaches, bunches of them. And it's just that, but I don't have that kind of thing when it comes to cannabis because I don't think cannabis is in that same category because of the functionality of cannabis and the system in our body that is a natural balancing system. Come on.
Well, and our body makes
Cannabinoids.
yeah. So when you're not putting them in with other plants, and the main one being cannabis, your body's making it. So
Or struggling to make it.
right, but it's not, like I said, over the years I have not heard of anyone have these side effect symptoms when they quit using. So
So I just need to clarify withdrawal symptoms. I don't think there's withdrawal in this product, and you need to get your facts straight.
well, and withdrawal tells you physical dependency, and you can't
Yeah.
be physically dependent upon it. So again, that just makes you think, what else in here isn't
Yeah.
accurate,
Exactly.
So
What are
what
the?
else is in here?
I want
that's
to.
not
I
like
want to go over this one. What are its overdose effects? And it says no deaths from overdose of marijuana have been reported, although there have been increasing number of emergency room visits involving marijuana edibles. Well, no freaking kidding. If you don't know what you're doing to marijuana edible and you eat like 100 milligram one and you're sensitive to 5 milligrams, that's going to be a bad trip and you're probably going to want to go to the hospital.
Okay, but let me tell you this.
Zero death.
Okay, right, 0 deaths. And then the next sentence that you said, although there have been an increasing number of emergency room visits involving marijuana, it would
Edibles.
use that point.
Not smoking marijuana
But
edibles.
regardless of what it is, use that point to educate.
Yeah.
Why? Why have there been? Because that makes you think, oh, you could potentially die from it if you overdose. You have to go to the emergency room. If I'm a lay person that doesn't know anything about cannabis, that's what my mind's thinking.
That's right. It just
So
ends
I'm
it right
thinking
there.
it's dangerous. Don't use it. You could end up in the emergency room. What happens after that? Oh, you're going to be high as fuck for about 12 hours. Just hold on to the edge. Like, let's educate.
Or
The high CBD doses and help bring
bring it back down.
help you bring back to normal. Like, there's no education in that.
Right.
It's just fear. And why the fear?
Yeah.
That's the frustrating part.
True.
Which is very interesting that they
That's
lead,
our government's job.
they lead with it's a very small, like, what are its overdose effects? It's a very small paragraph and they lead with no death.
Right.
No.
However,
the
I've-
smallest paragraph is that.
But you can go to the ER.
Yeah.
But you can go to the
We
ER,
won't tell
right?
you why. We won't
'Cause
tell you
you-
what's
yeah,
going to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, they make it bad, even in that small, tiny little half a paragraph. But any other drug that the DEA would have any sort of,
We should look up alcohol and see what it says about overdose effects for that.
oh shit, the overdose
Can't even
effects,
compare it.
it's certain death. It's a poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I thought was really funny. I was like, what?
I mean, just putting the same category of questions towards alcohol or cigarettes or opioids or even sugar. You put sugar in this category, and sugar has worse issues in
Symptoms,
answer
yeah.
Right.
than the cannabis does, and yet still our government is like, you can't have it. We need it.
Or put in social media like we were talking about earlier. That
Right.
girl that's been doing 16 hours a day of social media since she was 6 years
Oh my
old.
Gosh,
Yeah.
The fuck?
I
Yeah.
know.
Which
Correct.
is crazy.
Yeah. And that's even worse. All right, I got to find alcohol and see what they are.
Yeah, find alcohol.
Or
and
you
see
go
what-
on, I'll look for alcohol.
Says the next thing is which drugs cause similar effects. Well, I don't know.
Mhm.
Hashish oil, which is basically from cannabis.
Right. Like, why are they talking about it like it's different?
Yeah.
The hashish and hashish oil are drugs made from cannabis plant that are like marijuana. Well, no kidding. They're marijuana, only stronger.
I can't find it even.
Other than that, let's see, hashish to THC
Hashish
material.
consists of THC-rich material.
They just talk about hashish. Which drugs cause similar effects? Well, I mean, okay, so dabs do too, because that's a
What is
concentrated.
It's all the
balls?
same thing. It's all
They
the
just
same
roll it. They
thing.
roll it. It's all the same thing. It's just marijuana. They're just
Yeah.
taking the properties of marijuana.
It's just different
and-
types of.
Yeah, because nothing else gives you the same kind of high. Like nothing.
So they don't even know this is the same thing because they're categorizing different drugs here, but they're
I
talking
think
all
that
the same product.
Yeah, I think they're not fully understanding. I think people are just, there's so much misinformation and confusion.
Yeah.
And then they think cannabis and marijuana and hemp and hash. And I mean, they think it's all.
Yeah,
Different
well,
things.
like marijuana, the hash and hash oil are both Schedule 1 drugs, which hash and hash oil are just concentrated THC product. They just take the plant and
Yeah.
squeeze all of the oil out of it and turn it into a high dose.
But you know what's
Or-
Schedule 3? Marinol, which is the synthetic form of THC.
The man-made version of THC.
Is that right?
Marinol.
Marinol is a Schedule 3.
so that they can give it in hospice and whatever else and whatever, because they know it helps. Although they've created
But
it.
it's synthetic, though.
It's synthetic.
Well, and it doesn't help. I think I've told you guys before.
Yeah,
I had a
it's- yeah, yeah.
cancer patient who
Just give me a
was
freaking
prescribed to it.
joint.
Yeah, she was pissed. She wanted to go smoke a joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's probably like 2 milligram or 5 milligram Marinol, which is nothing.
Yeah, I have no clue what the dosage is. I don't
It's
know,
ridiculous.
but it's silly. It's silly that we can make a synthetic chemical to mimic a plant. We're going to make the plant no medicinal value to it. We're going to talk and it talks all in this drug sheet about how it says the FDA and DEA have concluded that marijuana has no federally approved medical use for treatment in the U.S. And then one sentence later, Marinol is a synthetic version of THC in a capsule prescribed for the control of nausea and vomiting, and it's a Schedule 3 under the Controlled Substances Act. Like, you're speaking out of both sides of your mouth. You're saying, yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
absolutely not helpful at all, but if we create it in a lab based off the exact same chemical, it's great. You're good.
You're good. You can have it
Yeah.
if you feel
It'll
nauseous.
help you. You're good. Make that make
Well,
sense.
how is that even right? I mean, I don't even understand that.
I mean, at the end of the day,
I'm trying to figure
at
out.
the end of the day, it's about drug companies and money. And
Yeah.
so,
Well,
but-
I mean, I can see that plainly, that the Department of Justice and the Drug Enforcement Administration doesn't know their ass from a hole in the ground when it comes to marijuana. However, they've figured out how to legislate it into their little categories so that they can make money off it. That's what I read in here. And you guys don't really have a whole lot of fact, and you don't know what you're talking about.
I just, again,
And
I
I'd
think-
love to whoever wrote this, whoever you are that wrote this, would you like come talk to me, please? Because you need to get your shit together. You really are about a high school.
You need to educate yourself a little
I
bit.
think there's
It's
so
just
many
get some
people in the United States at this point in 2026 that are actually very educated on cannabis, and
There are some, yes.
I feel like there's so many. Like, you could, how hard would it be to get someone to help you? Like,
Yeah.
are you doing this on purpose?
If
Are
there-
you
oh, it
trying
is
to
on
keep
purpose,
us-
of course.
It's frustrating.
You
I'm
said
frustrated.
it right. How hard is to get the right information?
Right.
It's insane. What is
Especially in our government side.
Yeah.
It's a lot of-
Again, don't even get me started on that.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, it says, what is the legal status in the United States? Well, I don't think they even know, because some states it's legal, some states it's not. Marijuana and less hemp, and that's what they just rolled back anyways, is a Schedule 1 substance underneath the Controlled Substance Act, because it's so dangerous and it can kill you. I mean, no, it can't.
Is that what it says? Are you reading it?
No, I got sidetracked. It's meaning that it is a high that has a high potential for abuse. No currently accepted medical use and treatment in the United States. Well, first of all, DEA guys, why don't you just look back in history? And it doesn't take a whole lot of looking backwards. That cannabis was actually one of the main substances for medicinal help for our entire population up until probably the 1930s. So if you have an ability to go back in your archives and look, you might want to change your statement here, because it has medicinal use. So because of that, they basically say there's a lack of accepted safety or use under medical supervision, and is totally illegal here in the United States. Schedule 1.
Right. Which Trump signed an executive order to now 3 months ago, and it's still not been put through.
Well, because they're trying to figure out how to set up the business model to have everything in line and order so that they can be the supply chain for all of the marijuana throughout the whole U.S., whether it be the alcohol here in the state or whether it be the pharmaceutical level at the federal level. That's what they're looking for. If they can figure...
Who's they? Like,
okay, so government people.
Government, lobbyists.
They're all business people. They're getting a paycheck. Their paycheck is dependent upon how much money that they can...
it's Mitch McConnell.
But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, let's give accurate, if we're going to put out drug fact sheets on our government website and say, this is safe, this
Get
isn't safe,
factual.
let's give accurate facts so that we're not scaring people. We're not just creating mass chaos around something that's not needing
Yeah.
chaos around it.
I'd love for them to do that. That would be fantastic. That would really be awesome. But I'm not sure that will happen. I mean, the value of education is not in their purview. It's the value of whatever they can get out of it.
Yeah.
It seems like. because I mean this is proof. It didn't take much time and effort to write something like this.
No.
AI could have put
Or
this together.
research, because
Yeah, and there's no,
not very accurate.
if you handed this in as an English paper, you'd get an F because there's no backing for your facts.
Citing
You
sources.
Yeah.
sourced anything. You just made it up and then puked it out on a piece of paper and then put it on your website and tell us that we have to follow it. And these are
But people
facts.
believe that, though.
Yeah,
When they
that's-
go and read it, they believe it.
yeah.
Well, that's why I said so many people just blindly trust the government. And so it would be good if they're giving out facts that they give out actual facts.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Because then
You
it
think
makes
that's gonna
people
happen,
like us having to, we're trying to educate, and then when we say something and try to educate people and they're arguing back with misinformation from the government, like that
I feel
makes,
bad for consumers, like people that they want to know what they should do.
it's hard to know because you can
Like,
find
this is-
both things.
yeah.
You can always find something to
is
support
hard.
your argument. In anything, I feel like you can find something to support your argument.
And when it comes to something that people are so skeptical,
Yes. And that, Jake, is why I want more scientific studies. So we can say, boom, right here is the proof.
yeah.
That is what
we
it's
do
gonna
need
take.
more scientific study, and I think there is an awful lot of scientific study that is being done and has been done out there. I really do. I think that that's out there. They're not citing it. They're not sourcing it. They're not using
They're
it.
not citing it because they're pulling shit out of their ass.
Yeah.
I mean,
On top of
or
that,
they're half truthing things.
yeah, on top of that, our government is stopping folks like us, or even doctors, or even nurses, whoever, from getting the right product and the right testing and the right study on it, so that it can be in our society. And I don't think that they're doing that properly. They're continuing to throw nonsense like this and block at a legislative level the ability to do it properly. Because if we had in our store all of the marijuana or hemp produced product that was the best that we could get, and we had folks that, like you, nurse and maybe even doctor, or other people that were involved in this that had studied it, sharing the information like we do with our customers, then that's how it grows and that's how it goes. But they want to shut this down. So if they misinform and close it off and then capture all of the market for it and their own economics, what do you do? What's the next step?
You control people that are that way.
I don't want to control people.
Not you, the government. I'm saying the government can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the next
That's
step
the whole
for,
purpose.
for folks like us? What's the next step? Or for people out there that want to know, what's the next step?
You just
I
have
mean-
to keep digging yourself,
Keep
keep
digging,
fighting,
yeah, what
keep being
else?
loud, keep learning, keep educating
They need to
yourself.
come, if you are around us, come to Kron.
Yeah, just keep educating. That's all
Like-minded
you can
people,
do.
you know something and they know something, and exchange, and it's fact. So at this point, that's the main source.
Educating is just
Yeah.
the only way to go.
Right.
And like I've said before, it's so much further now than it was 20, hell, even 10 years ago, 10, 20, 30 years ago. We are so much further. Just look at, is it like 40 states that have legal marijuana in some form?
Yeah.
I mean, there's 50 states. That's almost all of us.
Almost all of us.
Why? So we're much further than we were 20 years ago. We still have
sure.
a really long way to go, though. And that's just going to come down to educating
Right.
and not fear.
Yeah. It'd be nice if the government didn't get in the way of that and actually helped with it. But it seems like they're not really in tune to doing that.
Well, that's what we're here for. We're going to keep
Yeah, we're
trying
here to educate.
Yes.
dig deeper on their education so that we can help give accurate information.
Well, we're here to be the 9th grade English teacher looking at the puked out whatever thing by the Department of Justice. That
Is
they
there
turned-
anything
that
else
they
like
turned- Well, it's only three.
worth of discussion?
I don't know. I thought we were going to have a lot more discussion on it and a lot more stuff
Because it's
going
so
on.
bull crap.
But it's like three pages of I don't even. What do you think about all this, Dustin? Tell us your personal opinion. Do you think that they're factual? Do you think the government's got their heads screwed on straight?
No, of course they don't. I mean, I don't even know. Did someone actually get paid to do that?
Oh, I'm sure.
You know,
I'm sure.
That's a good question.
Probably.
When was the last time it was updated? Does it have that on there?
It says December 2024.
So a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
So this was
So this was right when the election was going on.
and it was previous Trump rescheduling.
yeah.
This note is a previous.
Yeah, but that really, I feel like that's total bullshit because he signed some paper that he's rescheduling it in front of the news cameras, but not shit has been done. It's still not
No,
rescheduled.
the way they did that performance, I thought it's done deal.
It's not rescheduled. So I don't believe it.
This is where I wonder. I mean, who's doing what and who has? I mean, somebody walks in here and waves a piece of paper around and says, "I'm gonna do
and they
that."
expect us to know all the rules when it comes to it. You don't even know what you're
You don't even know what you're doing. You're changing the rules left. Like people are just doing whatever they please.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what's going
Because
on.
we're all just figuring it out.
That sounds
Everyone's
fantastic.
first time here in this world.
Yeah.
Fabulous. At least we got this from the DEA.
Yeah. Again, I'm just going to encourage everyone to keep doing your research and dig deep yourself and not just, trust everything the government gives you.
Like everything else, guys, always keep educating yourself. Don't let other people deceive you because it's not just this, like the medical world going on all the time. Like they give you something that is not right for you. You should just do your own study. It's
Well,
just
your own study-
everything.
Your own study and your own
Be
experience.
your own, teacher and go study and see what you take in and what is it and what natural things can help you. Don't trust in government or doctors or
Yeah, they lead you straight pretty
Yeah.
fast.
Not all, but definitely
you do your
definitely
you
good to do your own
work,
research
yeah.
and be your own self-advocate.
Yeah.
Know your body, do your research and be
Yeah.
an advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
And
Have you-
continue to smoke weed.
Keep smoking weed.
Keep going.
And
Boost
on
that,
and
boost that endocannabinoid
Yeah, that'll
system.
help.
And I think actually it increases our immune system. It helps our immune system.
Well, from the research I've seen, I do see it hurting in some instances, but also helping in others. So like I said, just more research, more and more research.
Yeah, more research, more study, but you need to use it and try it and find a good product. And we need to have access. And we just need to have access as a population to the best source cannabis product, whether it's hemp or marijuana. It needs not to have all the junk and garbage in it. It needs not to be overregulated and overproduced in whatever garbage world. It needs to be right.
Safe.
If you can produce cannabis product, whatever from hash oil to gummies to flour to whatever it is, and do it in the highest of quality, that particular product has zero death associated with it.
And you can do it anywhere in the world. Don't listen to the bullcrap what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean it grows everywhere.
Yeah.
But doing it right and sourcing it right,
Your kitchen.
yeah,
You can do it.
and being educated on it and having your own experience, not listening to this nonsense. These guys don't know what they're talking about.
On that note, let's go get high, guys.
Is it time to get high?
Yeah, it's 45 minutes.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a great day. We're going to get out of here and go smoke.
See ya.
Adios.
Enjoy your day. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Whatever day.
Monday.
Banana in my
Yeah.
pants and turn to monkey loose.
Who cares?
I am going to beach tomorrow morning. That's what I'm doing this weekend.
I'm going to go to work. I'm going to stay.
What you gonna
Me? I don't know.
do? Surprise.
Whatever you do,
No say.
do it to the best of your ability and add cannabis to it because it will help you
Yes.
Responsibly.
responsibly. And get it here at Cron.